Hey guys, everybody assumes that new is better. I get it. In this video, we're gonna see if new homes are what they used to be. Let's check it out.
I'm out in Kyle today doing an inspection on a newly constructed Lennar home. Let's go. All right, the dishwasher. That's not secure to the cabinet, and that's pretty common in all the builders. They put this one little strap here on both sides and expect it not to move at the bottom. All right, that crack right there in the wall, those are common in homes that have been around for a few years, but for a new build, they should take care of that for them. All right, you can see this supply register is kind of a little bit hanging down there from the ceiling, and make sure that's secure to the ceiling.
So let me stop right there. I mean, nothing that's a deal killer, nothing that's gonna make the house fall down, but just think about it. A lot of you out there want new, and the assumption is that the folks that are putting these homes together are dotting all their I's and crossing all their T's. So just from the very first few minutes of the video, you can see that as a buyer of a new home, you need to beware, because a lot of those little things that they're talking about, you're not going to notice it because of the euphoria, the new whatever phenomenon that we all fall into when we're buying something new. We're excited. Don't think that this gentleman is nitpicking. The caulking around the shower, that's water, can lead to all kinds of problems. Just the attention to detail that you would assume someone is taking when you're spending, I think this house was $360,000. Don't make that assumption. You have to advocate for yourself, and one of those things that you must do, new construction, pre-existing, what have you, is you must be able to pay for an inspection from a inspector that knows what he or she is doing. Let's get back into the video.
All right, so looking at the ceiling, you can see right in that area right there, there's some work. Something was done there. I'm not sure, but the builder should be able to explain to the potential buyer what happened there and what's going on. In the master bathroom, it's like they couldn't decide whether to go all the way to this end of the wall or all the way to this end. So they just left both sides open like that. I'm sure the buyers can find something to fit in there. The attic and A for effort. All right, out here at the main water meter. So there's the shutoff valve that the city uses to shut off the water if they need to. But there's a homeowner shutoff valve in the hole just above it, and there's a lot of rubble and dirt right there, and it's covered up. The builder should go ahead and uncover that valve so that way the homeowner, should they need to shut off the water, you got to do it quickly. You ain't got time for digging, right?
I want to stop. As you can see, just a lot of rushing. It's a production line. And so how you do one thing is how you do all things. And again, when you get ready to spend $360,000, it's probably a lot of money to you, right? And so don't assume that these folks are doing things well. That simple cutoff valve that he just showed from the city, and then your responsibility as a homeowner, if something's going on and you pop that cover to turn off the water to your home, that could be major, man. If you don't, what if you don't know to dig around and to find the nipple to turn it off? Little things like that seem insignificant that you overlook because you just want to get into the home. You can't do those things because once you sign on the dotted line, it's yours. Let's get back into it.
All right, up on the roof, so where the two sheets of shingles come together, it's called a valley, and it should be sealed. But you can see, I can raise it pretty good right there. They need to seal that down better so water doesn't get up underneath there. Now we do get hail out here in Austin and the surrounding areas, but this is the only thing that I found, and something hit that pretty good other than hail. All right, that white board right there, that's called a fascia board, and that needs to be caulked and sealed right there. And then that gray board is called a freeze board. You can see right there in that little area, that needs to be caulked and sealed as well. Now some people may say it's a little nitpicky, but you know what? Those little openings will cause so much damage later and cost hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, and tons of headache and stress. The house has an irrigation system, and these are drip lines, and those definitely need to be covered and sealed up better with dirt and mulch.
Yeah, man. Again, buyer beware. New ain't what it used to be because of the process. And so it's at every price point. So you just have to know and understand, don't be pressured. Don't let anybody rush you into signing and closing. And so it goes back to being prepared. When you're buying a home, you have to understand the warranty. You have to understand what it is that you are supposed to get before you sign that dotted line. And they'll pressure and try to rush you and all these things, but take your time because, as he said, it's not being nitpicky. And once you have it, the likelihood of them coming back and remedying these things are very small. And this is with the assumption that you have an inspection done by someone that's qualified to inspect, because a lot of folks today don't have the money and they get into these things not understanding that it's your responsibility. That's what I'm trying to say. So slow down, make sure you have the proper team, the realtor, the lender, an inspector, and make sure those folks are vetted and make sure that they are showing you the things that you don't know about, that you aren't aware of, because you're emotional, you're happy, but little things like this matter. And more importantly, for you to understand how to advocate for yourself. Most of these homes have some type of warranty. 1 year, the first year, anything that goes on, the builder will come out and try to patch it or fix it. But you got to understand how to advocate for yourself. And that's my point. Not trying to make anybody look bad. It is what it is. If you want to become a homeowner and you want to learn how to go through an application process and get qualified properly, where you don't have a lot of gotchas like this house, watch this video right here. And then if you're someone that says, hey, you know what, I understand all these things, I'm comfortable, I'm ready to move forward, I know how to applicate, my problem is coming up with all the money, you might want to check out this playlist over here. Talk to you soon.